So let us begin today's silence keynote session on Asarum europeum, a very small remedy from the Allen's keynotes. The most important thing about this remedy is that it has very beautiful modalities which are easy to miss out. So let us find out about Asarum europeum. Nervous, anxious people, excitable and melancholy. So someone who is very much lively, vibrant, also moody in nature, that will be the state of Asarum europeum. And we have some technical issues, so just trying to figure out. So let us start with a nice remedy today, which is Asarum europeum, a remedy which has opposite modalities to what we normally encounter, and we'll find that out. This remedy has been found to be suitable for patients who are, or persons rather, who are nervous, anxious, excitable and melancholic. So someone who is at prone to mood changes, someone who is very much lively, sensitive, that will be the individual. A combination of pulsatilla, ignatia, causticum, arsenic, something like that. There is one peculiar symptom which is good for academic purpose but not so much commonly seen in the clinical parlance. Imagines he is hovering in the air like a spirit. This is also there in Lacan, it's also there in Sticta to some extent. There is lightness of the limbs. So by chance you may find that there is lightness of the limbs. The limbs are very light or feels very empty or loose. But that's it. Cold shivers from any emotion, oversensitiveness of nerves, scratching of linen, silk, crackling of paper is unbearable. So very rarely some patients will tell you that I have this sensitivity that I can't bear this noise out. I want pin drop silence. Mostly people who are academic, especially the school teachers, they will tell you this. Can be thought of Asaram. If that state persists even after the school ends or even elsewhere, wherever they go. Ferrum is another remedy which is very close. Unconquerable longing for alcohol, and it is a popular remedy for drunkards in Russia. Great faintness and constant yawning. So you'll have someone who is all the time feeling very weak and fainting a lot. When reading, he feels that sensation as if the eyes would be pressed asunder or outwards. There is a constant pressure in the eyes, and they feel better by relieving by washing the eyes in cold water. You can find this modality very easily subjectively from the patient. Cold air, cold water is very pleasant to the eyes. Sunshine, light, and wind are intolerable. So it's a very clear cut indication of eye symptoms which is present in front of you. We can get it from the patients. Sensation as if ears were plugged up with foreign substance. Now this is something which needs to be probed a bit because patients have vague sensations of what they have in their ear. For example, ear which is stopped up is very similar to this feeling. Kali bichromicum is there and many other remedies. There is opening and closing sensation also. Graphitis is there, very close to this feeling. So this feeling can be very much uh, confusing, and we'll have to confirm from the patient subjectively what exactly does he feel, and then try to find out from the books. Since we are reading one remedy, it will be clear for us that this is the feeling, but when the patient tells us, it will be lot of remedies which have similar symptoms, and we need to confirm from the patient either the sensation or the modalities which will lead us to this remedy or any other remedy which is very much similar. Nausea is there in Asarum europeum in attacks or constant nausea like the remedy Ipecac. After eating and tongue is clean, sulfur is another remedy, and the most of the cases will have nausea, especially during pregnancy. Horrible sensation of pressing, digging in the stomach when waking in the morning, and especially this happens in drunkards or people who are chronic alcoholics. What you see is interesting. In two places you have something that is pressing or pushing outwards. We saw it in the eye, we saw it in the gastrointestinal system, and that is where we see that it is most of a common scenario in all Asaram cases that you will be seeing. Coming to an end, we see that there is modalities. Cold and dry weather is aggravation for Asaram. Clear and fine weather is aggravation for Asaram. Causticum is the other remedy mentioned. And better feeling, amelioration is from washing face or bathing affected parts with cold water. Damp wet weather is suitable for Asarum europeum, very similar to Causticum. Followed by bismuth, causticum, pulsatilla, sulfuric acid. And it is very much similar to causticum that we see in modalities. Aloes, argentum, merc salt, podophyllum, pulsatilla and sulfuric acid are very similar to this remedy in terms of shreddy and stringy stools. So this brings us to the end of a very small remedy, Asarum europeum. If you get a chance to prescribe, it will be based upon the modalities or the outward sensation in the eyes or other parts of the body that you will see. Patient will be very sensitive to noises and crackling of paper and other things, and someone who is very sensitive, very adaptable to mood changes, very much prone to mood changes, and most importantly a nervous kind of individual. So that's all from today's session, and keep studying every day to build your foundation of practice on materia medica, repertory and organon.